What's up, everybody? Game time. And then afterwards, I'm going to share the session that I played at Philly Live yesterday. But first, we got to take care of some things on the field, and then we'll take care of some things on the film.
Jalen Hurts takes the lead.
Well, you could probably already tell that the Steelers lost by the look on my face. They lost 27-13, but I'm over it. Now let's talk about some poker hands from the day before when I was in Philly. All right, we're at Philly Live. It's right next to the stadium. It's 400 max here, and of course, as always, I buy in for the max. All right, we're going to open up the vlog with King of Hearts, Jack of Diamonds, and you know that is my nemesis hand, King Jack off. But I'm on the button here. There's a whole bunch of limpers, just like in any normal low-stakes game, and I'm going to raise the $20 on the button. I get 4 callers, and we go to a flop of 5 of clubs, 7 of diamonds, and the 8 of spades, which is a horrible flop for this hand, but it checks around to me, and I also check on the button because I'm not going to c-bet into 3 other players. When the turn comes to 3 of spades, I'm totally done with this hand, but once again, they all check to me, so they check to me twice. And usually if people are not showing aggression by the turn, I'm going to put out a bet. So I'm going to put out a bet of 35. And there's a lot of thinking going on between 2 out of the 3 players, but eventually they all fold. And I actually take down this pot. And now I'm thinking to myself, maybe King Jack off is worth playing sometime. Alright, for this one, we're under the gun +1, and I look down at King of Spades, 10 of Spades, and this is 20% of a royal flush. So I'm going to play this all day long, and I decide that I'm going to raise it up to 15. Cut off now 3 bets to 30, and what I'm going to see from this guy throughout this whole entire vlog is he only min raises. Whether the opener's $3 or $15, he only min raises with all his hands. So I'm going to just call him min raise guy right here. I call his raise, and we go heads up to a flop of King of Clubs, 5 of Diamonds, and the 7 of Spades. So this is a pretty good flop for me. I check and flow, and he decides to bet $20. When I look over, he's got about $90 left in his stack. So I decide that I'm not going to screw around here. I'm just going to jam all in. Well, he snap calls, and I flip over my cards immediately like I always do in an all-in situation, but my opponent does not. I'm thinking he's probably has a weaker king or a suited king. I can't imagine him having any draws out there. The board runs out with the 7 of hearts and the 3 of spades. And my opponent shows pocket aces. So I wasn't sure why he didn't flip over his hand, but I wasn't really too worried about it. He's a pretty nice guy. maybe he just doesn't like to show his hands. I say nice hand, of course, and we're off to the next one. All right, we're on the button with ace of spades, five of spades. That's the new pocket aces, right? With all this GTO stuff. But once again, table's limping, and I decide that I'm going to raise it up to 15. I get two callers, including this guy. His name is Alex, and you're going to get to know Alex a lot in this vlog because he basically plays every single hand and defends every one of his blinds. The flop comes the 2 of clubs, 3 of diamonds, and the 3 of hearts. I flop a gut shot to the wheel and an ace over for the board, but I do know this. Aggression is probably going to win this pot in the end. So when my opponents check and flow, I decide that I'm going to c-bet into 2 callers. I don't like doing this, but I do. I c-bet 15 into a pot of 48, and only Alex calls. The turn brings the queen of diamonds, and Alex checks. At this point, I have no idea what he's on. He could be on a draw, straight draw, anything, any 2 cards for this guy. So I decide that I'm going to check behind him for the free card. The river brings no help in the king of hearts. And remember what I said earlier in this hand about aggression? Well, here we go. I got to bet 55 to win this pot. And I bet 55 into Alex, who doesn't fold a lot of hands, but he folds this one. And I am so glad to take this one down. Okay, so I've been losing a lot of pots where I'm coming in, I'm raising, I'm missing flops, I'm getting bet into, and I threw away like $25 on the piss missile again, ace king. I think I lost the last 7 times I've played ace king. I either miss the flop or I try to c-bet and I get raised and I have to fold it. So I am getting a little frustrated. I wouldn't say that I tilt, because I don't think that I ever go on tilt. I just get a little frustrated, and I kind of play that I'm getting a little frustrated. So I decided for this one, I'm going to open up my starting hand range just a little, and I'm going to play 6-8 of diamonds. I am under the gun, and I raised the $15. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably could have went 25 or 30 because nobody's folding in this game, and you will have no problem getting called no matter what you bet pre-flop. So once again, we're going 4 ways to the flop, and the flop is wonderful for me. It comes 10, 7, 9, 2 clubs. I just drilled the low end of the straight with 3 other people that do not fold, and I just want to start piling money into this pot, but I also have to tread lightly because there are straight and flush draws on the board. So when it's checked to me, I just bet $15. I just want to build the pot a little, and the small blind and Alex call. So we're going 3 ways to the turn, and the king of spades hits on the turn. Doesn't change anything on the board, and the only thing I'm really worried about here is 10-8. So I lead 40 into the small blind and Alex, who never folds. Small blind and Alex just call the 40, and we go to a river card of the 5 of hearts, which is the safest card I have seen all session. I'm definitely putting in a 3rd bet here for value. So I end up betting 55 when they check to me again. And I'm expecting both of them to call, but they end up both folding. And I'm like, no, this is the hand that, could bring me back at least, to even. But they both folded, so I'm happy with the result, even though I didn't get called on the river. And on to the next one. Shortly after that last hand, I finally looked down at a decent hand. I'm under the gun once again, and I have 10 of clubs and the 10 of diamonds. And once again, I open a 15, and once again, I get 3 callers, including Alex. The flop comes out 2-4-2, 2 hearts, which is a pretty safe flop for pocket 10s, right? Right? So when it's checked to me, I size up a little bit and I bet $25 on the flop. Mid-raise guy, and of course, Alex calls. So I'm just saying, no heart, no heart, no heart. And of course, the turn is a freaking heart. So Alex checks to me, and I don't think I have a choice here now. I have to check. I want to see what people are doing. And now mid-raise guy leads out for 25. And Alex calls the 25 after laughing. So now I'm going into the tank to see if I'm going to fold my pocket 10s here. I ultimately decide that without the 10 hearts in my hand, I cannot make this call. So I end up folding. And just to let you guys know that Alex did take this hand down with Jack high hearts. Alright, so let's get this hand over with. So this time I'm in the big blind, and after 3 limpers, including Alex, I look down at pocket aces. No one is folding, and these aces lose a lot multi-ways, so I just raised the $15 and hope for a good flop at this point. Everyone calls once again, and we go 4 ways to a flop, and the flop is 10 of clubs, 5 of spades, 8 of hearts. It should be safe for aces, right? Right? So I lead for 20, and the button calls, and of course, Alex calls. The turn comes to 6 of diamonds, and Alex doesn't even hesitate, and he jams all in. He's only got about 85 or 90, and now I'm just really frustrated, and I don't think I'm going to lay down these aces.
You know what?
And look at that. Alex has 7, 9. The 7 of diamonds and the 9 of hearts. And he drills his straight once a freaking again.
And then I bet the flop for 25. And if he calls the gutter, like, he just hits it. It's just like, oh, I need the gutter, and he just hits it. What is it?
85. Well, it wasn't gutter. I was open end.
Oh, you were open end.
Jack or 6.
Does it matter?
Not really.
I mean, what's the odds that you're gonna hit? What's the odds? What's the odds?
85.
What's crazy is I had 10-8 of spades.
Yeah.
I would have flopped.
So what's the odds that you're gonna hit every single one of your draws against me?
Right now I'm sitting at 85%.
Probably.
So at this point, I got up from the table, took a walk around, and decided to get a slice of pizza and just regroup for a little while after that hand.
Nothing has been going right. Nothing has been going right. I got a guy at the table that's just calling me with any 2 hands, and he's cracking my pocket 10s. He's just cracked my pocket aces. He doesn't have a lot behind him now. He won a high hand for 1,000 and pocketed that money, but then he started losing his whole stack, which is fine. I'm glad that he doesn't have a lot behind him because he's killing me. He's killing me with 4 or 5 off. I can't do anything right. I try to mix it up. I miss flops. With all that being said, I'm only down $240 right now, which is amazing. It's amazing that I'm only down $240. I'm having fun with some of the people at the table. I'm not really, like, it might seem like I'm going on tilt, but I'm not. I'm trying to make them think that I was on tilt. And when I raised with my pocket aces, I got 4 callers. So I think that strategy is kind of working, but I'm down money. So I decided to get up, get something to eat. I'm getting a slice of pizza here. And then I'm going to go back and add $200 on top, play that stack, see if I can run it up. If not, I got to cut my losses and go. But I would tell you this, the game is amazing. It's a really fun game. The people are cool. There's a lot of action. I just can't get anything going. So let's see if that all changes soon. All right? All right, let's go. Sorry, Carl. You're amazing, Alex. You're the best player I've ever seen in my life. Oh, and you flop it too. There is no turn, there's no river, there's no hesitation. You flop it, jam, get called. And that's my new friend down there, Colin. Colin, I'll get revenge for you. I just topped up $200 to come after Alex. Alex, what do you got there?
500.
500. So I'm at 360 maybe. So yeah, we can get it all in. And then I can be up like 20 bucks. That's my plan. Listen, if there's one guy that's taking all your chips, okay, then you should want to get those chips back from this guy. I don't want chips from you. I don't want chips from you or her. You guys are really nice, but you haven't taken any of my money. This man is taking my money, right? So if he folds, I fold. If he calls, I'm calling a raise. Wait, Alex is in the pot. He's thinking about folding.
Dude, I got a pair of 5, but I got it.
Dude, you're gonna drill it on the turn. You know you are.
We're gonna come out at least like 2 pair on turn.
So you would think that all this time that I've been highlighting Alex in this vlog that I would play my final hand against Alex, right? Well, you're wrong. Okay, I'm in the big blind. I got jack of clubs, 8 of clubs. Mid-raise guy makes it the minimum, $6. Of course, Alexander the Great calls, but the small blind this time has a different plan as he raises it to 25. So I make the call for 25 out of position, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I am on tilt, because any other day I'd probably fold this hand. Mid-raise guy comes along, and of course Alexander comes along too. Surprise, surprise, once again we're multi-way to the flop, and the flop comes the jack of spades, 10 of clubs, and the 6 of clubs. And I have a problem with coming off these multi-draw hands like this. The original raiser bets 25, and I'm just going to smooth call here. I'm not going to get out of line, and I'm not going to raise, because if you watch the last vlog, I lost a lot of money doing that, and I know that I have a problem with this. Well, I didn't need to raise because now min-raise guy raises to 100. What the f***? Alex actually folds. What the f***? The original raiser take folds. What the f***? And I actually decide to call even though set is going off in my head. What the Jim? The turn comes the queen of spades. And now that gives me more outs, because any 9 gives me a straight. I check, and mid-raise guy bets 100 again. Once again, set's going off in my head. Come on, listen to your gut, Jim. It's big enough, listen. But of course I don't listen, and I rip it, and he snaps me off, of course, and he shows pocket 6s. I'm drawn dead to a club or a 9. I don't get it, and we are busto in Philly.
Well, that was a complete and total disaster. I was into the game for 600 and out for 0. So I lost 600 this session. I will tell you this though, the game was great. Did I play very well? Probably not. I tried to loosen up a lot earlier than I have been in previous sessions, just to try to get some bigger pots, and to tell you the truth, I didn't see many premiums today anyway. Pocket 10s were beat by that guy Alex that I could not beat all day. He cracked my aces when he turned it straight, and I just couldn't win. I mean, even that last hand, I mean, should I be playing Jack 8 of clubs there? Probably, to a raise and get all that action. I definitely had the pot odds to play it, and then the turn gave me more outs with the 9 for a straight. And when he bet $100 on the turn, I only got about 140 or 150 behind it. So I just decided to jam and get it all in. And once again, another combo draw where I missed all my outs. And I knew he was on a set. Nothing else made sense. But that guy has been min-raising to 6 with all his pairs, whether it was 6s, 8s, aces. He did it with aces twice today. He got me once. And when the button raised, I was thinking about 4-betting there, but I didn't think it was a good idea. Maybe I should have 4-bet that hand if I'm going to play it, but then I'm out of position. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But the game was great. The people were great. The action was out of this world. And the poker room is really, really crazy right now. I got here at noon, and it is now 5:18, and all the tables are full, and there's a huge waiting list. I don't know if that's because of the game this weekend, or if it's always like that on a Saturday or Sunday. So the dealers were great, the staff was great, the room was great. I'm definitely going to be coming back here and getting some of my money back, because it's a great place to play. So if you're ever in the Philadelphia area, come check it out. It's right next to the football stadium, and I mean, we'll just keep going, right? This is not, a race. It's a marathon, and this whole vlog is about my journey. I'm going to have days where, I take beatings bigger than this, and I have. So I'm not worried about the money. I'm just going to try to play better next session. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. Peace out. Keep grinding, and I'll see you on the next one.